In this episode, we are going to go over the importance of being formal. Being formal is very important. When you have formal behavior, you are giving the best impression for others to see you. Some people will never have the entire perception of who you are. Some people will only get a few moments of the perception of who you are. So it is important that you give a professional impression for yourself. There is multiple reasons why I dress the way that I dress. Number one, I do not show my skin on my body. I always wear long sleeve and long pants to have the best formal approach. Sometimes flashing your skin can represent things that are not so well. So it is important to cover your skin to be more formal. For me, I wear long sleeve and long pants no matter the temperatures. Also, I tuck the socks over the bottom of the pants, and I make sure that my shirt is tucked in. This does not only give an incredible formal approach, but yet also this protects you against ticks and bugs. I make sure that my socks are bright, so in case a tick is on my sock, I would be able to see the tick visibly. Especially around tick season, there is so many ticks. And by the way, recently I did encounter a tick. But thankfully, the tick was not able to crawl up my sleeve. Why is that? Because I had my sock tucked over the bottom of my pants, which protected me against ticks, fleas, and other kinds of bugs. There is a story about a woman to whom lives next door to me. She is an older woman in her 70s or 80s, and she told me about how there was a black widow that once crawled up her pants sleeve. If she would have had her socks tucked over the bottom of her pants, she would not have gotten bit by a black widow spider and rushed to the ER. It is always important to understand, especially if you are near the woods, to have formal clothing. With your boots, it is always important to wear boots that support your ankles. So that way you will not have a problem with twisting your ankle. When you tie the shoe, make sure to tuck the shoelace back. That way you will not trip on your shoelace in case that unties. But make sure to tie your shoelace twice instead of just once. So that way you can assure that your shoelace is not going to get untied and then you're not going to trip over your shoelace. Another thing with formal behavior is I always make sure that my neck is covered. When my neck is covered, I feel more efficient. Let me show you a regular day-to-day clothing that you can wear in a formal manner. This is a regular day-to-day outfit. I just turned this outfit into a more formal outfit, and I want to show you all how you all can turn this into a formal outfit. This is a day-to-day outfit. This is the way people normally wear outfits, which means that they are more at risk for bugs crawling up their shirt and bugs crawling up their pant sleeves. Let me show you how to turn a regular outfit into a formal outfit. The first thing that you will do is tuck your pants over the bottom of your shirt. Wow, that looks more formal already. The second thing that you will do is put the socks over the bottom of the pants. Doing so assures that no bugs will crawl up your pant sleeves. The second thing that we will do is we will poke a hole that matches our neck size, not too tight and not too loose, but just right. And then we will grab a string, put that through, and then tie that. Make sure to tie that twice. Afterwards, tuck the tie in. And now let's take a look at this outfit. Wow, that is so different, fan family. Do you like the difference? I definitely do. This gives a more professional approach to everything. Now that we went over the formal way of clothing, now it is important to talk about the formal way of speech. Number 1, do not ever cuss your words. Cussing is not formal, not okay, and non-professional. If you want to redirect something, or if you want to address something, make sure that you do that in the correct ways. Being descriptive is an incredible way to be formal. When you are descriptive, that describes what it is that you are trying to say. In the example, if I utilize the word it with a non-descriptive word, you will not understand what I am trying to say. If I say, it is in the house, what is it? There's a lot of things in the house. I could say, my boots are in the house. So that way, that could make more sense, because being descriptive is a part of being formal. I pray that everyone can have formal behavior and communications. Another thing is, always have structure with your conversations. That is a big part of being formal. Also, when it comes to emotions, always make sure that your emotions are below you, not above you. When you put your emotions below you, you remain in self-control. If you are in a conversation that you may feel uncomfortable with, express that you feel uncomfortable with the conversation and you would not like to talk about that. In the example, say that we was talking about something that I did not approve of. I would say, I would not like to talk about that. I do not approve of that, and I would not want to continue the conversation. Let's talk about something else. When you say, let's talk about something else afterwards, you can have something that you can recommend. If you want to talk to the people or the person furthermore. For the example, you can say that we was talking about hunting, and I do not approve of hunting because animals have a purpose to fulfill nature, and we shall not disturb them because we are evolved beings. Let them be of nature so that perhaps they can evolve one day. But if a person did not agree with me, am I going to get angry? No. Am I going to cry and get upset? No. Why? Because I'm putting my emotions below me, not above me. Instead, I'm going to address, and I am going to say, I do not want to continue this conversation. I do not feel comfortable talking about this. Let's talk about something else. And then after that, recommend a topic that you feel more comfortable with, like science. Let us talk about science. The science of biology, of how we are created with billions of cells. And yes, that includes animals as well. By the way, you all can look on my biology song album if you love biology. And perhaps you all can talk about my biology song album. So, formal behavior is this incredible lesson. I pray that everyone has formal approaches. When you have a formal approach, you give the best impression of yourself. Let's show an example of a non-formal approach. What's up to all of the viewers? Comment below if you do not like being formal. Hello, how are you, fan family? Can you please comment below if you like being formal? Do you see the difference, you all? There is a very big difference in approach. when it comes to formal behavior. Also, I do believe that being formal is also doing your hair to where your hair is not in the way, but yet prepared for things that needs to be done. Also, it is very important to show manners. Having manners is a big part of formal behavior. If you want to know more about manners, you can check out my educational sing-along song of manners. I pray that everyone has more formal behavior in their life. Remember that some people only get a short impression of you, so make sure to give the best impression for yourself and for others around you. Stay healthy, fan family, and stay formal. Also, it is very important to show manners. Having manners is a big part of formal behavior. If you want to know more about manners, you can check out my educational sing-along song of manners. I pray that everyone has more formal behavior in their life. Remember that some people only get a short impression of you, so make sure to give the best impression for yourself and for others around you. Stay healthy, fan family, and stay formal.